What's going on, everybody? I'm going to go over today's trade review post FOMC. So I did post yesterday too. I'm actually starting to upload consistently for once. But yeah, I'm going to go over what I saw today so far and what I'm going to just anticipate for this next upcoming few days. FOMC was a wild one. I mean, I don't think I actually went over the actual FOMC trade, but I took a... I don't know where it is. Let's just log in. I took a paper too after I took my ones on these bullshit funded accounts. And I want 100k eval just for fun, just for shits, even though they're stupid as fuck. I don't know why anyone trades 100ks because they have the same drawdown. I don't even know that. But I took a long here, targeting this high. And you want to see something? This wick is absolutely insane. Actually, I was targeting this. Targeting these. Where is that wick? Oh yeah, right here. It's so fun to see these relative equal highs come to fruition. Right before you just get nastied wicked out with that candle, but that's okay. Let's go down with this. So I'm going to go over a topic today. Just one that's everyone has problems with, because it seems to be that it is the hardest thing in the world, which I don't disagree with. It is somewhat very hard, but it's just you guys make it harder than it is, really. And if you don't think you do, then you're full of shit. Because I was in the same boat. And I can tell you right now, I've watched every video out there. I've listened to every single lecture, and it was there in front of your eyeballs the whole time. I promise. I'm about to say it a little bit more clear because I know Michael can be a little bit fruitful with his words sometimes and doesn't really blatantly say it. He just gives you hints for most of it. So I'm going to go ahead and explain why, and then I'll go over some key things that help me. So when we'll go over the FOMC one. I was trying to show you guys that, but I have a Discord. It's free before I get the fucking comments of hell coming to, yeah, you're promoting a Discord. It's a free Discord. Relax. Yeah, you can, I mean, I'll talk to everybody for free. My whole goal in this is to make this a little bit easier on everyone that's trying. I won't fucking talk to you if you're just like, yeah, I just started and it's not working. I probably will turn you away and tell you to go fuck off, because I don't like talking to people that don't actually care enough to show and put forth a lot of effort. So if you are among one of those people, click off the video, first of all, because I don't want you listening. And yeah, don't DM me either. But if you are one of those few people that actually want to do well in this and want to listen and want to hear what I have to say, and if you have something about ICT that you don't understand, then please feel free to reach out. I can't post the link in the video for some reason, but it is on my, like, if you go to where you click subscribe, not promoting that, don't give a shit if you subscribe either. But if you see next to where you hit the subscribe button, yeah, it'll be right there in my, like, when you overview my channel. But anyways, getting over to this. So I had this funded for I cannot talk today. I have a 100k I bought on Sunday, and I took 3 trades yesterday and one trade today, or 2 trades. Wait, no, 3 trades yesterday, 1 trade today. And I'll go over why I took an FOMC trade, because FOMC is really nothing to be really that worried about. You can see, I told you guys yesterday, I want to see these lows on adjustments. If you turn on BAG adjustments, we destroy them and go to the daily chart. We're a long-term bullish, okay? So you cannot, or not long-term bullish, but we're in all-time highs. So you can't just start, oh, we're going to go down. We made a swing high. No, not how that works. We're in all-time highs. You have to submit to the fact that everything is probably going to play out more if you're bullish. And this is not me saying trend is your friend. It's just being logical. No one's going to be able to call the reversal point of all-time highs. You just have to wait. Now, if we, close through this and this candle closed down here, maybe you can. I mean, that's enough for me to be like, all right, I can have a draw. to take shorts, and then I can, focus on shorts more, but we didn't. We wicked below it. And we took out sell side liquidity. So going into FOMC, I showed you guys the trades I took pre-FOMC, and I'm going to show you the one I took post, or 245-ish. Fair value gap in here on the daily. Why did you pick this fair value gap? Because this one's below sell side liquidity on the 4 hour. Look, here, you could have picked this one. That's okay. If you want to be really nimble with it, then you could try and predict the order block, which good luck. But we have a daily key level with sell side resting below it. I wasn't even bullish until, I'll tell you when I was bullish, but this was what I was targeting. Why were you targeting that? Well, what did we get on the 4 hour? We got a change in state, run through a fair value gap, and we have news. We're long-term bullish, so I am predicting price to take out this low. And turn on BA adjustments for contracts, because you won't see it. It'll just be a new week opening gap. And what's in that? Filling up new week opening gap. Filling it up completely. There is zero trading in this at all. No volume has been offered efficiently in this, so we need to sell into it, which is what we do. We sell into it. And when I see that, and look where the bodies close too. Let me turn off all of my stuff here. The bodies are closing within this fair value gap. The wick does the damage, takes out liquidity. And as soon as and I'm not going to be like, oh, I looked at the 4 hour close. I didn't. I already were long-term bullish. So taking that, I'm looking at this. I look at every rally down as a suspect rally. Everything is a suspect rally to me. Like this morning. This I wanted to see. I wanted the same thing here. Same thing. I'll go over that in a minute. I'll show you the trades. Let me turn on executions. Hello. Why does it do this? Well, I'll post them, and once I get them up, just join the Discord. Yeah, look at me. Clickbaiting y'all into joining my Discord. For free, too. I am clickbaiting y'all to join my Discord. A, because I don't know why you wouldn't. And B, I want you all to see I'm not full of shit, because that's really what it is. I want you to just go actually look at what I posted yesterday, because I actually posted this one in there too. If you don't believe me, let me pull it up. Just to show you guys what it is. FOMC. Is this FOMC? No, not that one. I do not have FOMC posted in there. I do have the other ones though, as you can see. But anyways, if I can get executions to pop up. Wait, what did I trade? Oh, I may have, I don't even know which asset I traded on yesterday. But we have an SMT between these two lows. Let me scroll back out to the 1 hour I think I'm on. Yeah. 1 hour, let me turn adjustments on. We have an SMT here with these lows. At FOMC, we manipulate down. I look at FOMC's manipulation, not the real move. The real move happens post 245. So we get a wick down at our key level. So now I can be like, all right, how do we respond? I'm already anticipating this. Key thing, you can go to 1 minute chart completely because it's the last regular or RTH of trading. So what do we see? What do we get? ES didn't give an entry. I don't think. I entered early, actually, believe it or not. But NQ did for me. And it depends on what you trade. But what happens? What happens when we hit this level? Do we stay in it? No. We leave it in a macro as well. Let's keep that in mind. 250 to 310. In a macro, what do? We leave it. Is that not like aggressive enough? That's displacement in my eyes. We leave it with two gaps. Breakaway. This one can fill, but I don't want to see either of these really fill. So then we get this. What is this right here? Market structure shift. Not a fucking change in character. I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know why people, like, you're getting taught wrong. Change in the state of delivery. What is the change? Well, why is this one even better too? This is an order block as well. We take liquidity in a key level. Look at this taking that. With an SMT, market structure shift, change in the state of delivery. And this is 2022 classic too. This is 2022. In a discount, I actually put my limit right at this high. And look at that. Look at that. Limit goes here. Stop. Why are people asking me? Why is my stop going there? Because it's a breaker. If we're very, very bullish, or if I'm in, this is why I get questions asked, well, how do you know to place it there? Because we're in a time where I should see just it run through everything. So there you go. There is a almost 5-hour trade. You could have taken. And I put it there, again, because I don't want to see price come here, or I'm false. I don't want to see this at all either, because it's balanced. We're in a time of day to where we this is 9:57. Oh, is this today? I'm so sorry. What fucking, where is that from? Oh, this is today. Sorry. I took this trade today. Oh, fuck. I did not go on the right thing there. But I took that trade today, so I'm like, oh, God, I'm all over the place today. All right, let me restart that whole thing. So let me go back to 2 p.m. and show you that. So this is what, yeah. All right, perfect. So we do what I said we would. Yeah, and not in the live stream, but in the video yesterday. What am I on the 1 hour? So we're going to 1 hour. We already have all of that. We're already expecting price to reject this because we're long-term bullish. Yeah, I knew there was like a little, my entry was a little bit better than that. Here we go. There we go. So I'm pulling this up and I'm going to go back to ES. ES never got an entry. This would have been probably the best entry to get if you're trading how I trade. But I'm looking at this as my breaker. This whole row right here. This is 1, 2, but if you go to a 5 minute, I'm pretty sure yeah. So there's a 5 minute one. So you just go up a little bit of time frame, but then you can go to 1 minute to narrow it down. Like where's the area that I need to be like, all right, it needs to react out of here. Is the upmost candles in that breaker. So these 3. Stop could go at the low. I'll include the wick just in case we get wick city. And then, yeah, there we go. That's there. Wait, there's fair value gap in that too. All right, so we drag it down a little bit because we want that fair value gap too. So I take my entry here and put my stop right here, trusting that we don't need to go back down here. We have speed, momentum, displacement out. I don't want to see anything. I just want to see it run for that high really fast, which we do very easily. Executions will be in the Discord. I have it. I don't know why it's not showing up, but I will make sure it shows up just in case people think it's bullshit. I promise you. And if you really don't believe it, then it's 3684. I showed you guys I had a 2600 P&L yesterday. So that was 1,000 just off FOMC. So delete that. I put little side notes. So going into today, I look at the 1 hour because the daily's not telling us much. Yes, we're bullish. We know that. But what needs to happen before I can be, all right, I'm in. That's the thing that no one really talks about, I feel like. And I know because I would sit there and watch video after video after video after video. I'm talking like it would be insane if you saw my YouTube, like just my other account, just showing you all the videos I've watched. And so, but in theory, not in theory, but I have to say in theory for YouTube guidelines, I want to see price do something significant at 9:30 because I'm viewing 9:30. I will never not view it as manipulation. I always will view it as manipulation. And very rarely will it just be the distribution of the day. And I'm content with losing that if it is. And I've done way better just viewing 9:30, not even following the trend until 9:50. At 9:50 to 10:10. And 10 a.m. is beautiful for that next 4 hour candle. So I want to see 9:30 manipulate. What could we manipulate? Well, we just took external range liquidity. We just took buy side here. I did not. There we go. We just took buy side here. So when I'm looking at my chart at 8 a.m., this candle closes. I immediately know after 8 a.m. We ran through this, closed above consequent. This is, if we're bullish, I don't want to see this even get closed in, upper portion. We close in it. That gives me enough context to frame a narrative. What's the narrative? All right, we closed in this. We're heading, these lows are very, very high probability for both setups. This is why this was a beautiful A+ entry, is because I want to see this happen even if we're bullish. Those are the best trades. I will tell you right now. If there, you can make sides for both reasons to why it needs to go to that level before it needs to start a move, I guarantee you, you'll win it every single time, like at least 90% of the time. And honestly, you could just be that trader. All right, we took external range liquidity. We're going to go to internal, IRL to ERL. You could use that even on a 1 hour chart. What's resting in that relative equal lows, this fair value gap, this BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So we run through that, and even at 9:30, so my first entry, people are asking, I didn't even enter on ES. I entered on EQ, and I entered on a 15-second chart. So my first entry, so having that in mind, what am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for that to be I'm trading, so in theory, I am trading the manipulation move before I traded both sides. I traded this and that. So I want to see, at 9:30, I want to see us, if I'm going to trade the manipulation, I want to see us wick into a fair value gap. We don't get that on ES. I don't look at ES then. I'm looking at NQ. And I like NQ even better. What do? We wick into this fair value gap. And we have an SMT at those highs. So I'm immediately like, all right, I'm going lower. I'm on my time frames. And I'm searching. I am literally searching. So I go to a 15-second chart. That's where I took my trade. So we're in it. And I believe we get our break here, and my entry is right in this candle right there, right at that wick, right at the, like literally at that line. Why did I enter in there? We aggressively closed below this. Stop goes at this candle body because we're bullish, we're bearish in this manipulation move. So I am wanting to see us go long, go farther. I want us to see us go in, and the reason why I didn't target those lows on NQ was because ES was already closer to taking that. That is what you can use a take profit based off of SMTs. So I am anticipating an SMT already at this low. I'm probably like confusing the hell out of everyone right now. But for the people that do know what that means, I want there to be an SMT, and ES is already almost taken it, and NQ is nowhere to be found. What the fuck? Can this get off my screen? So let me scroll back. And I don't believe this will be left either. I think this will end up getting taken, but as you can see, we'll go to a 15-minute. At 9 a.m., look at 9:30 here and look at 9. We're already between these lows, very, very close to these lows. And this low. So I know at least this low is going to get SMT'd before we run up and take all this. This is what I'm really shocked that I think we did actually take that. I haven't looked after I traded. But I am going to go back on NQ and show you guys where I thought about that. But then if we go back, if we go to NQ as well, not that, I'm having such a trouble with this stuff today. So we have this. We take buy side liquidity, and we run lower. I'm not anticipating this to go run to its fair value gap at all. Not even yet. And that was a target for the second trade. That fair value gap was a target. I don't care to target this. I don't care. I do not care at all. Do I think this is going to get left? Probably not. I mean, that's really smooth to me. But I am immediately on a 15-second. Why a 15-second? Well, is there enough information for me to take a trade on a 1 minute? Because for me to get my entry, I need to see another pull of a leg. So my entry would have to be on this right here. And that's not false. You can. But I don't want to target anything lower than these relative equal lows. And these lows were SMT'd before I get the DM about those lows are SMT'd. Yeah, I took this trade too. I traded this all the way up to that. I'm not limited to one model. I trade one model as a backup all the time. If I am not fully in confidence, I am trading this model every time. And it still will work. So what do? We run out this high on the 15-second. I want to see it move fast. Bam. Oh, I kind of missed that. And I'm just literally targeting this external low. You have shitty stop. Let me fix my stop because I told you guys it's going to go below this candle. So this is also institutional order flow entry drill. 2 models in this one leg of price. Because we've already taken internal range liquidity. We're expecting this to be manipulation because we're bullish. And there's relative equal lows on ES. So this is going to at least run to these, and ES will run to its longer 1 hour equal lows. So with that in mind, I can now frame a narrative, which I already have a narrative, which I just explained to you all. But now I can be like, all right, if we're doing that, I want to see speed in this manipulation. I want this to be like, think of it like it's selling it to an auction. I want this to be fast paced. Like, I don't want to see this fucking just accumulating here at all. I want this to be, they're trying to sell this move to you. Like, we're bearish now. This is a high. We put in a high. We're selling this move to you. So if we're going to sell this move, I want to see it bust down like that. So now, what have we already done now? We've taken out sell side liquidity and these relative equal lows with speed. But henceforth, that's manipulation before everyone gets tripped up. So now I can go and zoom back out. New bias. Not even new bias. I already know what's coming. So we take this out with an SMT. And then what confirms the SMT? Displacement. So we take that out. What's resting above here? Relative smooth highs. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we're waiting. Bang. Is that speed? Does that show? Is that selling it? No. We tripped out breakout traders. We took relative equal lows. There's an SMT and a key level on ES. I am anticipating this to go take this and this. So I put a limit right here. Oh, fuck me. I put a limit. All right. Fuck my limit order. Cool. So I put a limit here. Bang. We get tapped in. And what am I targeting? I'm literally just targeting. Well, that was great. I was trying to show you the stop so I can show you the risk. But I am just literally targeting. And you could have put it at that candle body as well. But when you're in fast-paced moves, it's not going to do that all the time. Stop. Where's the stop go? Below the breaker. That's it. Below the breaker. Because we have speed. That's how I can trust it. A lot of people, and I was myself included, I didn't trust breakers at all. Like, I know they worked. I knew they would work on bigger time frames, and everything's fractal as he teaches. But I wasn't sold enough to where, like, yeah, we can wick out of there. I wasn't sold. And we leave a relative equal highs. That is so beautiful. When you see this, like, it just forms this. And that's, how many models is that, by the way? We have an inversion here. We run through at a key time, 9:45, 15 minutes after opening. Right before macro, 9:50. So what does 9:50 do? We push up. Inverse for value gap. I wouldn't take that if I was trading inverses personally, because there's nothing there. Like, this could just fold over. Once we get that displacement through, I would take this I'd be on this candle. I'd be buying this. You sit to drawdown, you gotta have a bigger stop, but it is what it is. And then we have what? 2022, low, high, lower low, higher high. Wait for it to pull back to a discount of this range and take that as a fair value gap. So where's your fair value gap? Right in here. And what's this? What's this to the left of me? What I'm trading? A change in the state of delivery, a breaker forming with a fair value. That is so fucking, that is, how many PD rays is that? We have an inverse, we have a breaker, we have a change in the state of delivery paired with a fair value gap and displacement and an SMT. Why aren't you taking the trade? How much do you realistically need for you to take a trade? You need 9 confluences. You already have the higher time frame confluences. This is just the entry criteria. It's because you're scared, and that's fine. You can be. It is not. Everyone has been scared. I am scared sometimes, and you know what I do? I turn off the chart. I don't do it. I don't trade it, because if I'm scared, I'm going to think in a different manner to where I'm not going to take good setups. I'm not going to look. I'm just going to be like, oh, like, I don't know. You can't be timid. You have to know exactly what you're looking for before, keyword, before. You want to anticipate that. And I know it's going to trip people up, because it's like, I know a lot of people preach, only react. And to some degree, they are correct. But when you have the reaction of the higher time frame, you can then anticipate what the lower time frame should do. And it's like a mouse trap. It's like you have a trap for a mouse and you're just waiting for it to just jump on it. And then as soon as you let it get in that trap, you're in it. Like it fell victim to you. And I can't emphasize that enough. It is so beautiful I mean, would you be mad if you took trades like this? Like, how long is that? 1, 2, 3 minutes. You're in that, or 4 minutes, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oh, I fucked that up terribly. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to make how much? People's fucking 2-week salary? Like, it's stupid. It absolutely is. And I'm just trying to explain this to everyone. Like, you don't need to be calling the day, calling the high, which I know all of us want to do. That's just in our nature. I think every dude wants to be the best. They want to just have something that beats everyone else because they want status. But status doesn't make you money in trading. Good trading makes you money. And it really shouldn't fucking matter what people think, how you trade. Because, I mean, look at me. Everyone thinks my trading style is so bad. It's so shit. Why are you trading like that? Why are you doing that? Trash strategy. It's so ass. Are they making money? No. Are they getting payouts? No. Are they getting funded accounts? Fuck no. They're not even getting a funded account. So why are you listening to them? You shouldn't. It's stupid. Only listen to yourself. That's how I would word it. Turn off the noise. Turn off other people doing well. Turn it off. Don't even go on social media. I'm telling you, it's going to fuck you so hard before you realize what it's done to you, like it did to me. And I'm telling you this because I was in it so bad. I was looking at these people winning $5,000 every day and being like, well, he didn't do this right. How the fuck did, like, just getting angry. And it's not worth it at all. It really isn't. And I'm just telling you, please do not go down that road. Like, don't go down that road at all. It isn't good. Just literally. And then this is the best part. When you finally are just like, ah, fuck everybody else. I'm doing this and this will work for me. You'll start to see massive expansion in learning. You'll start to listen to people that you never thought you would listen to. And then you have no one to compare it to because you're tuned out. You're like, I'm focused on me. I don't give a shit what fucking Randy is doing on trading. Oh, he made 50K. Good. Guess what? I'm in tune with my strategy and I will get there. I'm not worried about making 50K because I'll get there. I'll do that in one trade. I'm not there yet right now, but I will be. And then once you get in that mindset, it's just a compounding thing. It's like a fucking bank account. It's like compound after compound after compound. And I'll leave a bunch of links because I said I was going to go over some keynotes to bias and shit. But I think everyone can derive a bias right now. Like, I don't think it's very difficult. But, like, through here, you should have a bias. I mean, like, I don't. And the thing is about bias, you don't need it. This is third. And it really is second, maybe even third with bias. Looking at candles is third, in my opinion. I really don't think market structure, it is important. Market structure for me confirms bias. That is how I derive that. And if you look at what I told everyone to look at yesterday, he will tell you that seasonals, economic calendar, interest rates, the dollar index, the bonds, which is interest, he will tell you that that is the heartbeat of why your trades will win. And then you start adding fundamentals. Like, you just start adding, and then when you have, I'm going to word it like this. When you have a quarterly shift that's happening, that should be bearish. When you have a seasonal that is bearish, and we have market structure to confirm that you're bearish, on the high, I'm talking on the weekly to the daily. Like, you already are anticipating this, and you see it confirmed. You're not going to take a fucking buy when you have market structure. You could have 10 things in confluencing market structure, SMT, not break of structure, but market structure shift, change in state delivery, fair value gap displacement, seasonal tendency, that's bearish, quarterly shift, that's bearish. And what's resting below it, equal lows, or maybe it's an internal fair value gap and a discount. You have so much going for you, and that is so high probability. And then it's like, all right, if I lose, I'm still on side. You just get back in. You just get right back in it. And when you start to align everything, it really, it's like a fucking orchestra. Like you're the dude standing next to the sheet of music with a bunch of fucking people around you that are playing instruments. I can't remember that name of the dude, but you're directing it. Like it's a beautiful sound that's playing out, and you're just the trumpets are going, the bass is going. It's gorgeous. It really is. It's so gorgeous. And then you can start adding things to help you. Like, all right, well, we hit this level. What do you do? I had this question for so long, and it was the easiest answer. And I know there's many people that have the same answer. So like, let's take a look. How do you know to be buying in here? It's not wrong to wait. It's not wrong. It isn't. If you're new, or if you've been doing this, maybe 6 months to a year, wait. I would fucking tell you to wait. What does it do? Do we get displacement? Yep. Now you can be a buyer because the 1 hour, or even the 4 hours telling you, or you could go on a 1 hour. What do we do on a 1 hour? Do we close this in? We close in this fair value gap. We change this. This becomes a order block. I'm looking at that. And then what's above here? These relative equal lows. We didn't take it out with this wick. And then you could go start hunting. You could wait for this candle to close, and this could be your entry right in here. Right in here, this could be your entry. You don't need to be here. You don't need to enter down here. And I would tell you not to, because you're going to lose more times than you're going to win. And you're going to have to bleed to try and get a good entry down here. I can tell you, it has taken me so long, so much longer than people that are just like, I'll trade this candle to this high. I'll just do that. I'll just figure that out. And then when we get above these highs, what do? Do we expand? Yep, we get it right here. We close this in? Yep, we do. What do we do it? How do we use this? This was our draw, which was mine. Do we inverse it? Yes, we do. Do we springboard off of it? Yes, we do. As soon as this candle prints, I know we're going to that high. So then guess what? You could take a trade in it and take a trade on this candle to this high. Or this candle. You're on side. You just need to find your entry. Enter on a fair value gap. And then once we hit this high, what do? You do nothing. That is what you do. How do we react once we hit this high? Well, we tap into this internal fair value gap and we expand away with speed. We get big displacement out. So now you can anticipate after that happens. You can't look over here anymore. There's nothing that's going to help you over here. You are anticipating that it'll do the same again. That is why I chose this. That is why I did that. It's because I anticipated that to do that, because we are in all-time highs. The bias is bullish until proven otherwise. I am not looking at this candle to go fucking take this at all, because that's a breakaway gap. I'm not looking at this because it's in a discount of this range. Does it make sense to go back inside this range if we're bullish just to hit this? No, not at all. If we come in here and start filling this in, I'm more bearish now. There's a breaker in here. Yes. Could we reverse in there? Possibly. Do I like to see a reversal there? No. If there's a high impact news driver that drives us down there, takes that out, takes everything out, and then closes back inside, then that would be I would be fine with that. But if we're slowly migrating down towards there, I'm not looking at that as very nice to me. I'm looking at this as this is balanced. Look at that. We have a fair value up there, fair value up there. If we wick down here and tap that, I would be fucking excited. And if we don't expand away from that, I am not taking any trade. I am sitting on my hands and doing nothing. And that is what people do not understand. And it was the same for me. It took me so long to realize trading is not every day. And everyone says it too. Everyone does. And I know you're like, oh, I've heard this before. Michael says it all the time. ICT says it all the time. And there was that one video I told everyone to go watch. He words it a little bit different to where you understand. And it's like, and then I will add the money aspect into it. I'm going to have you think about it. Would you rather be right more and make more money? Because I will tell you right now, the most successful traders in the world that make the most money trade twice a month, if not once a month. And you're going to bring up capital and all this shit, and their win rate is higher than all of yours. And they have inside. Their win rate is higher than all of ours. Why is that? Yeah, they have more capital. What's stopping you from taking 2 a month or 3 a month? It's because I fell victim to it too. Because we all wanted a payout. That is exactly what it comes to. We all want a payout. We have to trade 8 days. We have to make 5 days of profitability. And you want to do it as fast as you can. And in reality, you shouldn't. I wish you could turn that off. I wish I could turn the balance off so I don't see it. And it sucks you can't do that on here because it's hard, because when you see your screen and it's like, oh, fuck, I'm looking at, I'm in a trade right now. I'm seeing that we're going down a little bit. My account's below $3,000, or maybe let's go to this PA account. I'm looking at that. I got stopped the break, but on this one with that fucking wick, that's what I was telling you guys about. But I still made my, I guess $200 not after P&L. That was unrealized. But I'm telling you all that it is not bias. You don't have a problem with bias. It's not the concept either. Concept. And I fell victim to this, and I am still falling victim to this because I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should, practice more with this and that and this and that and have like 10 fucking rituals of bias to do. And I granted it helps. Like I've done bias for 2 to 3 years every day. And I have found more success with that one video than I have found any other. Learning Power of 3, the monthly open, the fucking quarters open. And it does help. I'm not saying it doesn't help. But when he says it, when he's like, the heartbeat of your trades is seasonal tendencies, is economic calendar, it's all of that. When all of that aligns, and we know when we anticipate a manipulation to form, why are we bearish in here when 930 dumps? And I already know I'm going to get a question about this. When 930 took out this liquidity, we're bullish. We took out there's no significance to that liquidity at all. This is London high. This is per day high. This is Asia low. So if we're going to reverse, where should we reverse? And you don't even have to predict the reversal. That is what I'm telling you guys. You don't even need to do that. You just have to see a confluence. Maybe your confluence is a market structure shift and a change in state delivery. Bang, get it there, enter there. We get it there. You could be on your entry there. Or if you want to wait for a break and retest, enter again. Put a limit there. It doesn't make any sense to me, and we're just price pooling now because it's in lunch. But you don't need to be an everyday trader. That is what this whole thing is about. I went a trade review just so I could tell you guys so you wouldn't unclick on the video, because I know there's a million bias videos out there and I haven't seen one of them sit there and talk about it's not the concepts. There's no new concepts. That if you're on this video, you're probably already listened to ICT and you probably already learned a lot of the things he's already said. And if you haven't, I'm willing to teach them. But I am more on the aspect of bias. You do not have a problem with market structure. That is how I am viewing it right now. Unless you do and you're new. And if you're new, you just have more learning to do. But if you're still like, I'm not getting it right, and I guarantee you, I bet you've done some amazing things with it. And you have been like, damn, I called that. And that felt good. And you want to feel like that again. But you were shitting your pants while you were like, well, if this is right or wrong. What you should have done, and what I'm going to tell you all to do, is trade when it is so blatantly obvious. When it is so clear that it's like you could just enter and you'd win. Like trade like that. Just try it out. Try it for one. Go on FX replay and try it out. Literally try it out. I encourage you all, and I plead with you all to do that. And if you ever come talk to me, if you haven't already done that, I'm not going to give you any help, because if you're having troubles withdrawing liquidity, that's different. But I'm just already anticipating you guys are trying to learn a new concept that I'm teaching. 1, 2, 3. Here's a playbook. Follow this playbook. Sorry, not going to find that because it's not existent. We all wish we had something that we could use, like an entry model, like a pattern. We all wish we had that. But we're not going to get that because that's unrealistic, because price is always different. There's always something different. It could be very similar, and you use that to give you narrative. Be like, oh, it's done this before. I have back tested this, and then that gives you confluence to get like to treat it a different way, but it will react the same way in some circumstances, like manipulation. But you can't define something that is rapidly changing like this. It is out to get you. If there was something that defined bias with what everyone wants, which is what the 90% tile club and the 100% success rate, we'd all be millionaires. We'd all be millionaires because it's so easy. It's like, all right, well, there's a fair value gap. We broke our structure. All right, we're bullish now. Nope. Sorry. Never going to find it. And if there's someone selling you that, they're full of shit because it's never going to happen. And if you're in ICT, and this is why everyone hates on ICT trading, is because it's not that simple. And I, in fact, love that because it's not that simple because it's different. This price run's different from yesterday's price run. I think we'd all agree. It's similar, very similar, and you could use the same things to determine that. But you have to look at different aspects of it. Like that's a daily fair value gap. This is a 1 hour fair value gap. That's a daily, that's a 4 hour liquidity below that fair value gap. This is 1 hour. There's different aspects of every single time you're going to look at this. And to think that you're going to get it and have a massive success rate with just doing one thing and doing it the same all the time and have a whole rule-based idea on how to find bias is so unrealistic because it's going to be different a lot. There's not going to be one thing that will determine it. There can be, but if you want to have a very good success rate, you're going to have to use other things and you're going to have to subscribe to the fact that it's going to be different, but you can use what you already know to determine, all right, it's going to be different this day. So we're going to take out 1 hour liquidity today. Like, because a lot of people would be like, all right, why didn't we go? It's going to be different. ES acted different. Why didn't we tap this fair value gap? Because NQ already did. At a time where we should manipulate fast. Where should we reverse? Normally 950 to 10. What do? We get the reversal at 950 to 10. 945 if you want the exact low, but look at NQ. It's that 945 to 10 candle. So sorry for not being that precise, but in a macro, you don't need to have a bias every day. You don't need to trade every day either. You don't. Your best weeks, you'll be trading twice a week. I put money on it. And I will give you an example. Did I trade in this? Let's scroll this out. Did I trade this? I traded this. And I wouldn't even tell you to trade that. I would tell you to set that out. Because we took external range liquidity. But we closed back in the gap. So it's like, who's going to trade that? I can. That doesn't mean you should either. I wasn't very happy trading that because I didn't get good price runs. It was very sloppy in there. Where is that on the chart? Let me pull that up. Right in here. Perfect. So why would you wait? When would you be bullish? When could you trade that? Trade it here. Do you even have confidence we're going to that high? Well, I don't want to miss out on those. Why? Why don't you want to miss out on all these days when you can literally just go heavier? That is all I'm telling you. But I mean, I have to get my 5 days of fun. Would you rather every month make $9,000 to $10,000 not trading every day, or waste your time like I did for the longest moment of my life trying to figure out how to trade this shithole? Like, why am I trading this? We already hit. I would be bullish until this, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go fuck off. I'm gonna take a walk. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do all this until we see what this we aggressively displace under this right here. So change in the state. Now I can trade this. Now I'm like, all right, I want to see this low, and this low. So this day's easy. We can trade that day. What do? We close back up into it. SMT at the lows. And this is the daily, by the way. I'm not even on 4 hour. Just wait. If I go on a 4 hour, you'll be like, oh, I didn't. It wasn't there on my chart. I'm sure it wasn't. But what happens? You don't even have to be bullish at all. Don't trade this. This day tells me everything I need to know. Why did I choose this day? But the change of state doesn't happen until here. No, not true. What's this? Immediate rebalance. Right there. Right in between those candles. On the daily time frame, by the way. Immediate rebalance between these two lows. So what should you see after immediate rebalance? Expansion. What do we get? Expansion. So I can trade this day. I can be bullish just starting this day, and this day, and this day, and this day, and this day. How many days is that? Let's count that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days. Is that your funded? Yep. Is that a payout? Yep. And guess what? What do you do again? Well, how do we react? You skip this day. Skip this day. I could be bullish this day. If you're back on the daily, I could be bullish after this candle printed. Why? Because we closed back inside and respected this for value gap. And we tapped into this. Look at that. Look at that open. In the wicks. I could be bullish today. You could just be hunting buys today. 6 days. There's 6 days for you. And guess what? We're still in September. So you've traded 6 days in September. You know how many days in trading there are? 20. You're almost at half already. And we're only at the 18th. So why are you trying to... You just don't do the math. That's all it is. You're just not doing the math of why you shouldn't be trading it. Why are you trading in this? Why is anyone trading in this? Is it you trade in that? Yeah, I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying it's not doable. But you're wasting mental capital. That is what you're doing. And that is the most important. And I never understood that either. And I wish I had someone just be as real as I am to them. Because, I mean, Michael is phenomenal. ICT is phenomenal for teaching everyone this. And I know there's going to be a shit talker. Stop glazing him. Stop glazing him. I don't give a fuck. And again, comments are going to be turned off. I forgot to do that last video, but I doubt there will be a comment about that because I will just immediately block you and hide your comment. So good fucking riddance because I'm not dealing with it. And I can't believe I talked about this for 45 minutes, but this is the ball. This is the bones of it. This is like, this is, you can have the concepts in 3 months. Internal, external range liquidity. Literally. External. Where's internal? This one right here. Why didn't you pick this one, Kai? I want a discount for value gap. I don't want a premium. I'm not longing in a premium. I'm not doing that. Is that smart to long in a premium? All right, what do we do? I don't have a bias, Kai. What do I do? Well, we went to internal. How do we react in this internal? Do we run through it? Yep. So what could you do again? You have to go down a time frame. That's what I would do. I'd go down a time frame. All right, so what did we do? We run out this external low, or that's an internal low as well. But we stand still. And you have to note your key levels. This order block right here, this is actually a propulsion block. So it's got different rules. So it's got to stay in the upper quadrant. So I'd note this key level, and I'd be grading it. And if we look on NQ, where did NQ drop down to? NQ, when we ran up, took this high. So now you're building narrative. You're like, all right, NQ took this. Oh, Lord have mercy. I have to go on a different chart here. All right, well, I'm keeping it clean. I don't want to put a bunch of lines on it, but NQ took this high. Or sorry, ES took that high. Did we aggressively displace below? Yep. Changing the state. Right there. Right there. Opening price of that. Drag that out. Selling on that day. You could be doing it on a 1 minute chart. No matter. When you have conviction and you're confident, you will intentionally go heavy. You will. And when you're doing it consistently, you're like, all right, I can do a little bit heavier now. I can go a little bit more heavy. I can go a little bit more heavy until you reach your threshold. And don't go below or above that threshold because it's going to be hard to break when you try and go up another size. You're like, oh, now I'm risking a house. Try and do that long enough and you will be shitting your pants. Everyone has a threshold, in my opinion. And the longer you try and beat your threshold, which is not unbeatable, but you have to put a lot of work into scaling up. That is one thing no one talks about. Scaling is hard because that's when you reintroduce money back into the equation. And unfortunately, you can't. And then guess what we have here? We have an order block right there. Drag that out as well. Now you're building narrative. So drag that up midpoint. I'm eyeballing it. It would be like here maybe. Do the bodies? We can all see the bodies don't close at midpoint. So that is still valid. So midpoint, I'd say eyeball in there because I don't want to add things too much to fuck it. Let's go ahead and add that. Yep, I was right. So we close below midpoint and we wick midpoint with an SMT. And then what do? You can wait again. Do we aggressively display? Yep, trade that day. That day's easy. You're looking at that day like, oh, this is a piece of cake. I already know it's going. I already have this saying we're not going to go up to this high. This shouldn't even go to the midpoint because we're strong and bullish or bearish. That's it. Bang. There's that done. And then if you're like, well, why don't we take these? It's not time to take these lows. I promise you they'll get taken. But it's not time. I was trusting that this was going to keep going. You know why? Because I have a seasonal tendency that's bullish. We're not in fall at all because those are our turning points. Fall and spring. Write it down. Fall and spring are the major turning points. Look it up. Go look at previous price action. They will always be a turning point. And guess what we're in? We're in August. What does August normally do? Does August normally crash down? No, September does. So I am looking at this, and if we're holding this, and market structure has to agree with seasonals. A lot of people just think they look at a seasonal chart, and it's like, oh, I'm immediately bullish now. No. You have to have a market structure. That is why it's third to second. Seasonals give you a fundamental aspect of how did we react in the last 30 years, 20 years, 50 years. I don't even think it was around for 50 years, but I think 20 is reliable. And you go to Steve Moore. That is the website. Steve Moore. Go look at his seasonal tendencies. And you combined it and you look. And it's like, all right, well, there's turning points because you're trading in line with a 3-month. It is so beautiful when you're like, all right, I can anticipate that this is not going to reverse already because I have a market structure that doesn't want to, that's holding this fair value gap with an SMT. So I can already anticipate. So I now can trade pretty much every day after this candle now. I can trade this, and this, and all of these. You know why? Because there is no reason for us to reverse unless there's some major war or which now is happening, by the way. I don't want to talk about it on YouTube, but I think we all have read our news lately. A lot of things going on. That plays a huge part. You know what I did? I didn't trade. I didn't trade this day. I didn't trade that day or Monday after seeing what happened last week and all the releases of what went on. I didn't trade that shit. Neither should you. No one factors that in. But I've made this a 52-minute video, and I am so sorry. And I probably ranted a little bit more than I should have, which, my apologies. But if you can't sit through a 52-minute lecture on this stuff, then you're fucked in life. Because, I mean, in reality, 52 minutes to try and help you understand a concept that took someone 33 years to write is the least you could fucking do for yourself. But if you made it this far hearing me rant, you're good. This doesn't matter. This could be put at the beginning, if anything. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'm posting a lot now, so keep an eye out. Discord is in the link. If you've made it this far, congratulations, because you have the attention span that is needed for this, and you will succeed because you are willing to listen. And those are the people that already skipped through about 5 minutes of this video and skipping through it all when there's hidden gems in this whole entire video. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And again, the Discord is in the description of the video as well. I can't post the link, but you can just copy and paste it right in. Hope you guys have a good one.